Yo, what's good YouTube? I wanted to bring you guys a quick video showing you guys a Incineroar EX deck profile that I came up with. I did a lot of testing with just two Littens and Incineroar EX, two Incineroar EX that is, and even with the mid evolution. So this was the deck list that I was able to come up with that was the most consistent that worked out for me. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys enjoy the video, and if you do like the video, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I do also have another Incineroar EX deck profile with just using two Incineroar EX and two Litten, and even including Celestic Town Elder if you guys want to see that. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Alright, so getting into the deck profile, you will immediately notice the heat ran, and you will notice that I am not running any copies of Leaf and no copies of Arceus as well. So the reason why I chose to go about that is because I actually just couldn't find the space for Leaf. If I could, I would run at least one. The one card that I would cut for Leaf would be Giant Cape, but during a lot of games on ranked, I noticed that when I had the Leaf in hand, I would have preferred to have a Giant Cape for the heals, comboing well with Lily. You'll notice that I run two Lilies as well. I'll get into that in a bit, but going back into the ratios of why I also chose to use one of the stage one. The reason for that is there are some times where you kind of break and you do not draw into the rare candies, or Pokemon communication does not get you into what you need. So yeah, you want to have it for consistency's sake. That is why I run one. It combos well with Pokemon communication as well. So if you have like two Littens in play alongside with a Pokeball in hand, you Pokeball, you get your Heat Ran, and then like let's say you Pokemon communications away the cat, the mid evolution that is. You're guaranteed to get the Incineroar in hand. So yeah, it's pretty good. It is also really good for Iono bait alongside the two Pokemon communications. That is why I run two. I also chose to run the Heat Ran because of decks like Oricorio, specifically because if you run into that deck running no Heat Ran, and especially without the mid evolution, you're gonna have a rough time because you're gonna have to rely on the burn chip damage alongside the poison barb. A big reason why I chose to play this version of the Litten over the other one that does 30 damage and damages itself is because running into decks like Solgaleo and Skarmory, those decks are really good against the other Litten, because when you do your attack against the Skarmory, you do 10 damage to yourself, putting you in KO range for the Skarmory to attach an energy with a tool card. So that is why I chose to play this Litten specifically. You do run up against a lot of Solgaleo decks in ladder. The thing about this deck is that I believe it is good against Solgaleo specifically, but it is bad against Darkrai Giratina. Like, it may be an even matchup, but it feels rough sometimes. And then it struggles against Oricorio. So yeah, that is why I chose to run Heat Ran. So that way it plays well against the first best deck alongside any Oricorio decks. If you run into any Meowscarada, that is, you're pretty much guaranteed to win, because Litten, if you immediately rare candy into Incineroar, it gets you the KO if they just do their call for family or their call for help or whatever that is, and they do not attach the tool card that gives them more health. They are pretty much screwed because you do 160, no, not 160, that is 60 damage because of weakness. So yeah, this deck's pretty good. Again, if I were to throw in a Leaf for this deck, because it does come in handy as well with your Incineroars to keep the energies on them, so you could do the attack dealing 140, but I just couldn't find the space for it because like I said, a lot of the times in ranked, I felt like Giant Cape would have been more useful. Going into the lilies now, though, the reason why I chose to play 2 lilies is because if you rare candy early on in the game, like turn 2 pretty much, your Incineroar tends to take a lot of damage, so you'll tend to lily early in the game, and having the second lily for late game comes in clutch. I've even won a game because I was playing against a Charizard that used Stoke, and I was able to heal twice with Lily to be able to take enough damage to live and revenge KO the Charizard using 2 lilies. That came in clutch. It won me the game. Pretty much solidified me running 2 lilies in this deck. Maybe you could take out 1 lily and throw in a leaf if you want to test that out. But yeah, I choose to run 2 lilies. Anyway, real quick, Poison Barb. The reason why I chose Poison Barb over Rocky Helmet is specifically because of Ori Choreo. If they are running Lightning Energy and they're choosing to attack, they end up getting poisoned, so it forces them to switch out. So you do some chip damage on that one, and if they switch into the second one, you're doing damage to both of them. Another reason why I choose to run Sabrina in this deck, if I get through one Oricorio, I can Sabrina and end up winning the game sometimes. So yeah, there's a quick breakdown on the deck. Let me know what you guys think. Test it out. Go ahead and switch cards. Let me know if you guys could find a better way of playing the deck. Anyway, I also do have a Celestic Talent Elder deck profile. If you guys want to check that out as well, let me know in the comments. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, leave a like. I would really appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.